family vlog.
Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog. My first stop today is breakfast with my friend Rob. So I'm waiting for him, he's going to pick me up any minute now. In fact, here he is. Yeah, well, good mate, really good. Alright. I enjoyed that, full as an egg now. Now off to Renault. Do you know how to open it, mate? You got it. Thanks for doing that, mate. Appreciate that. Bye. See you soon. Ta-da. Oh, I do love that car. Hi. Oh, there's a new Zoe there. Look at that, man. I love it. Left-hand drive, mate. Okay, so this is what we got. Renault Kangoo. And it's a crew van as well, look. Got the seats in the back. Yes, mate. Look at that. It's better than a car. This seems strange because it's got a proper key. Like, just like a normal car. And it's a brand spanker, this, is that? It's actually got 10 miles on the clock. Let's have a look what we got. You know, we got obviously got the radio. Still got a sticker on there, look. Yeah, I like this.
Loads of space.
Loads. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, man, I love it. And look at the headroom. Look at that. What could be 8 foot? This is wicked. I love it.
Hi, guys.
Oh, yeah. Hiya, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Right, guys, the reason we've picked this van up is we're going... hang on, let me get someone else. Well, I've got to be honest with you, it's absolutely great to drive. You've got a wicked driving position, you're really high up. It's like driving a 4x4. What's mad with this is, compared to like the other electric cars you go in, is how it's just like a normal car.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, look at the dash. It's like a proper fuel gauge, the normal kind of speedo.
The battery
that's the battery life there.
I'm trying to figure out where the battery. That's good, isn't it?
And what's that there? That, I suppose that shows you how much you're using. When you put your foot down, it goes to the red, and the regen is the other way. This is really cool. So much room. But back to why we've got this. I don't know whether you know about the legislation that's just been brought in Wales on alcohol, a minimum price of alcohol.
Minimum price per unit.
Per unit. That's right. Yeah, it's now 50 pence per unit minimum. Now, that don't make a lot of difference really if you're buying normal alcohol, but I, once a week, would go up to Lidl's and I would get a few cans of the Lidl's lager. Tastes exactly the same as Carlin, and that's what I would drink. Now that
half the price.
It was 54 pence per can, wasn't it? I think it worked out round about that. Now with this new legislation, it's £1 a can, so it's almost doubled in price. I couldn't believe it when I went and picked it up, and I checked, and I never look at my receipt, but I looked at the receipt, and the receipt said like 30 odd quid, and I was like, what the heck, that's just crazy. So I went back in and I got a refund. As daft as it sounds, I thought, there's no way, I'm not paying that. So what would normally cost me £14, with the few little bits and pieces I'd got as well, it came to over £30. So like I said, I took it back in, queried it, and they said that's the new legislation. But now I'm going to show you how you get round this legislation, and this is why we've got this van. So the first stop is, we're outside now Lidl in Cardiff, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to show you the prices of the lagers, and then I'm going to show you how you get it half the price, almost half the price. Yeah, come on, let's go. So here we are. This is it. Let's see, minimum price for alcohol, 2nd of March. These are the ones I normally have, right, but there's no price on those, so let's go with these. These are the 440 millilitres and they're 88 pence a can. And these 2 litre, you see there, £5. There's a litre there of the vodka, 18.75. So the lager has almost doubled in price, but the cider is more than doubled in price. So after noticing the price change, what I did was I rang Lidl themselves to ask if the legislation was just in Wales.
Good afternoon, Lidl customer service. You're speaking to Steph.
Just wanted to ask you a quick question. I know the alcohol prices in Wales has risen due to the government legislation. Is it the same in England?
Yes, so Scotland and Wales have a minimum pricing, but not England at the moment.
Not England at the moment. You take care. Bye.
You too, bye-bye.
So we know the prices are still the same in England. Can you see where I'm going with this? So what we're now going to do is, we're going to travel to Bristol.
Road trip, baby.
Road trip, baby. Yeah. And we're going to see how much it would cost to travel to Bristol and whether it would save you money go into Bristol to stock up on your beers instead of buying them in Wales. Basically, that's what we're going to do. And you're coming with us.
Let's go.
Now, the reason I've chosen the electric vehicle is because it's the cheapest mode of transport.
We didn't really need a van, but
no, we didn't need a van, but I just thought
for a change.
It's a change. Yeah, that's right.
And it's a nice van.
I've been really keen to drive this because I've heard lots of good things about it. So far, so good. I love the driving position. I think this has got 143 miles range, but that's in the summer months. So we're in the winter, well, spring at the moment, so it's still quite cold. So I'm reckoning we'll get about 100 miles. And our round trip, I think, is about 110. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do 60. Hopefully get there and back on one charge. Fingers crossed.
The DVLA clamped 2 untaxed cars yesterday.
Nice one, Andrew. Catch you next week. It's 1 o'clock. It's Friday afternoon. I'm Michael with the tunes.
It's 1 o'clock. It's Friday afternoon. I'm feeling good. Feel good Friday. Guys, this is brilliant. Brilliant. I love the driving position. Plenty of oomph in it. I'm taking it easy because obviously I want to make sure that I've got plenty of battery. But yeah, let me turn that down. But yeah, it's great. Really nice. Really nice. Welcome to cheap alcohol, baby.
Keep right at the fork.
What's she say?
Keep right at the fork.
This is cool, mate. I really like this. Right, I can see Lidl there in the distance. The traffic's not good. Maybe we shouldn't have done this on a Friday.
No, wasn't the best day to pick.
In 50 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on South Mead Road, B4056. 100 yards, your destination will be on the left.
There it is, on the left. Okay, so we're here, but we've got under half battery. I mean, we'll have to stop on the way back.
We might have to.
Yeah.
Charge up.
There you are.
It's not an issue, is it?
It's not an issue.
An electric vehicle.
That's fine. Let's go and get in there. Pick the dodgy one, mate.
Yeah, I only picked those. I haven't got a pound. Have you got a pound?
No. Yes, I have. They got a security guard in here. I wonder if it's to stop Welsh people biting lager. What do you think? I hope not. There you are, £2.45. They're £4 now in Wales. And then 69p. And they were 88p. The cider, exactly the same one. £1.99. That's a fiver in Wales. Where's that vodka, mate? And how much is that? And that's £14.19. Sorted. Let's go. Okay, it didn't go entirely to plan. They didn't have that many in stock. So, yeah, but it was a nice trip. I did plan on getting like a month's worth, but...
What are you talking about? That is a month.
I say 3 weeks. But goes to show how much we're ripped off in Wales, don't it?
Yes.
Welsh government, man, you suck. Show him in there, show him in there.
Show him.
Yeah, look how big it is. I feel silly now getting a van for this. I love it, man, I love it. Right, let's get back, mate. Go and get my pound.
Could have got another can. 2.
That is how you beat the Welsh government with their stupid minimum price on alcohol. When I was in Lidl's, right, she went looking for something to eat. I was wandering around looking for her, and I said to the security guard, I've lost my wife. Well, his face dropped, honestly. He's like, oh. And I was like, no, I mean, I lost her in the store. He said, why is he telling me this? I don't know how stupid I am.
Continue on M4 for 5 miles.
What is this? What's that say?
Welsh.
What is this Welsh? What's that mean?
I don't know.
Honestly, right? One job, guys. One job, and that's just to tell me where to go. And do you know what I'm going to do next time? And it's going to be the funniest video we ever made. Is I'm just going to set the GoPro up and just record our journey, us talking, and we have never gone anywhere, right? First time. Not unless I'm piloting. As long as I'm the passenger, we'll go there straight.
That's what works best, and I don't know why we don't stick to that.
Because you didn't want to drive. I asked you to drive and you said, oh no, it's a bit scary.
Yeah, because it's like a van. I don't mind driving when I know where I'm going, but I didn't know where I was going. What's funny is, he said last night, oh babe, do you want to see like a little road trip to Bristol? It'd be fun. And now he wants to kill me.
I never want to kill you, don't get me wrong, but it can be quite frustrating. You know, I says, oh, here's the welcome to Wales sign, and we've done the same welcome to England. And I says,
got welcome to England.
oh, just, yeah, okay.
The bridge we didn't get.
The bridge, yeah, the what's his name? Prince of Wales Bridge, we missed that. So I sees it in the distance, double tap, I said, swipe up, swipe left. Now because, right, the Samsung phones have just had an update, or mine have, Samsung S8, is it 9? S9. Just had an update, and it's changed all the settings in the camera, and I can't figure out how to get it back. It used to, when you launch the camera, it would launch back to what you were doing before.
So if you were filming yourself, it would be...
It would go to that, but
like
now, every time, it faces you, and it's ready to take a photo, which is no good. I don't want to take selfies.
We need it on video, don't we? So every time I try and get the camera up, it's in like photo mode, and I just can't do it quick
But it's
enough.
not an excuse, guys, because I've given it plenty of warning, and I said, right, I said, double tap the power button,
Swipe left, swipe right.
swipe up,
Oh,
swipe left. See? That's it, simple. Oh, well, you think? She's just looking at it like, left, which one's left? Left, Lucy, righty. Oh my God, honest.
So yeah. Anyway, it's been fun.
We've taken a few wrong turnings, to say the least. So we're stopping to get some charge. Sorry, charger is out of use. You've got to be kidding me. It says the charger's out of use.
What?
Oh man. I won't lie to you, that was a right kerfuffle. We got there, but the charging socket we was going to use wasn't working. And then the lady in the Tesla unplugged hers, or tried to unplug hers, and it wouldn't let it wouldn't disconnect. It's, I don't know,
No, we gotta pay for the
we gotta pay parking now at the Celtic Manor. And I need the toilet. I hope there's a toilet I can use. Cloakroom. Is that a cloakroom? Is that what that means? Oh, I thought cloakroom meant toilet. Ah. Toilet. Ladies. Do you need the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Craig. Cauldre Court by the Celtic Manor. What does that mean? Okay, so whilst we're waiting for this to charge, right, I want to talk to you more about why the Welsh government is saying that they are charging a minimum amount. The government is saying that alcohol costs the NHS, what was it? 3.5 billion every year. But I did a Google search, right? So this is just a search from Google. So, it's not 100% fact, but this is what I found, that revenue from alcohol actually brings in 10.7 billion. So that's almost 3 times as much as they say it costs the NHS. So why put this extra cost on top again? Now, I've got a theory about this, right?
Can I just say though,
Go on.
It's not a tax. It goes to the supplier because it's not a tax.
I don't see what this is going to achieve. If somebody is an alcoholic, for instance, and they were paying £2 for a bottle of cider and they were drinking 18 bottles of cider a day, do they think that charging more is going to stop an alcoholic from buying it? I think all that'll do is raise crime rate. At the end of the day, if someone's dependent on something, they're going to do whatever they need to do to get the money to buy whatever they need. Personally, I don't think this is ever going to work. It's ridiculous. And also, what about the people like myself who on a weekend like to get themselves a few cans and just have a couple of drinks? You know, I don't get absolutely bladdered every night of the week.
You've never been hospitalised.
And I've never been hospitalised. So why am I being penalised for something that it's the same as the sugar tax? Because there's a minority of people out there who can't control their urge for sugar and are getting diabetes. The government say we're going to tax sugar, right? No, I didn't want this to turn into a rant, but I really, it infuriates me that now, because there's a few people who can't control themselves and get themselves into a state drunk every day and cause the NHS a lot of money, then people might like myself who drink on a weekly basis got to pay through the nose for it. It's just not fair. It's not fair. This is why I wanted to prove a point about travelling to England and buying the lager back at the normal price. Because it's not just about the money, it's principle. It's the fact that the government thinks that they can turn around and tell you and dictate to you, and tell you what you should or shouldn't do.
Because like,
Oh God, what happened to a free world? Like,
yeah, pros and cons wise, like, I just think I can't see any pros. Like,
I don't see what anyone's got to benefit.
If it's a tax, you can sort of warrant it. The suppliers and the supermarkets, they're all going to benefit. If it was going back into the system.
But anyway, nevertheless, there's 10 billion it creates, 3 billion it costs. So I don't get it. It's still over 3 times as much it brings in than it actually costs. It's so why add this extra cost on? And I tell you what my thought is, right? These German supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl, for the last few years, have been like top of the tree for being the cheapest supermarkets, right? So as a result, Tesco's,
they were in trouble, weren't they?
Were in trouble, yeah. So the other supermarket, but what I'm getting at is the other supermarkets are now struggling because these German supermarkets are undercutting them. So my thought is they're stopping these German supermarkets from selling their beer cheap. So now the cheap German beer costs the same as beer which is brewed in the UK. Cider such as Strongbow, brewed in the UK, Carlin, brewed in the UK. Where this don't make sense also is they're talking about 3.5 billion it costs the NHS. Now that's hospital admissions, so people falling over drunk, people getting into fights because they're drunk. Now, more often than not, in my experience, that happens when they're out drinking in pubs.
Yeah.
Clubs. You know, if you go
Not
into
your
Cardiff of a night,
supermarket shop
2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to see somebody fighting. You bet your bottom dollar. But they're not getting drunk on cheap lager from a supermarket.
No.
They're not. They're in a pub. So it just don't make sense,
And
guys.
the pub prices haven't been affected, obviously, because they
No.
are more than 50 pence
No,
per unit.
it's still the same, yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know. I'd be very interested if you left your thoughts in the comments
let
down
us
below,
know.
because
I'm keen to know what other people think and whether
Yeah.
they've been affected by it. You know, lots of our viewers are from outside of Wales.
Yeah.
And
when we went into the supermarket, there was so many people wandering up and down the aisle thinking, hang on a minute, what is going on here? In our Lidl's and in Asda.
Yeah, and in Asda.
Because
we were chatting to people, weren't we?
We were chatting to people and everyone's like
"What's going
scratching their
on?"
head trying to figure out how they were going to get their drink for this weekend without paying double.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, guys, and I can't stand being dictated to. You've got a government that just thinks they can just snap their fingers. You're paying double now. It just don't make sense. Why do everyone got to be penalised for a select few that can't control themselves? Be it sugar or be it alcohol. I do not think it's anything to do with that at all.
No.
I think this is just a way of getting people back into our local British supermarkets and keeping them out of the German ones, because the German supermarkets are the ones that sell the alcohol the cheapest, you know, and now they've been demanded to sell it at the same price as everywhere else.
Yeah, but not nationwide. Only
In Wales, though? No.
Like, how many Tesco's are in England in comparison to Wales? They
Well,
would have done
it is
in
only a matter of
England,
time
isn't
before
it?
it goes to England as well, isn't it? Because there have been
said
talks
so.
about that. You know, I mean, if Scotland had done it, now Wales had done it, it was the same as charging 5 pence for the carrier bag. What was that all about? Charging 5 pence because a recyclable carrier bag. Now, the 5 pence bags now in the supermarkets have been discontinued in most places, and you've got to pay 20 pence for a bag. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's bag for life. You're lucky if you get 2 uses out of it before the handle snaps. Absolute rubbish. And I'm sorry if this has turned into a rant, because I really didn't want it to, but yeah, it's just really frustrating when, you know, you're just being constantly dictated to by people who, you know, it's none of their business, is it? You know, at the end of the day, if you earn the money and you want to buy yourself a few cans of beer on the way home from work, what's the problem with that? You know, I don't get it. So anyway, I'm going to give this a little bit more charge and we'll set on our way again. Whew, rant over. We've actually come into the hotel now for a warm.
We're living the dream.
Living the dream, mate.
When you
Charging a problem? No.
When you said a romantic road trip to Bristol,
This is a romantic. Don't get any more romantic than this, does it? So we're back on the road, but look, yeah, I'm sure that 40-mile-an-hour speed limit is just to tease you, because you've got no chance of getting to it. Right, we're back at Lidl's in Barry.
How close is that to us?
That's pretty close to us, that is. But there you are. So, you know, it's all about the principle of it.
You showed them, didn't you, love?
I showed them. Okay, so it's showing 6 miles of range now, and we got about a mile left to go, but it's bleeping, listen. Yeah, so it's telling us it don't like being this low. But we haven't got far to go, thank goodness. So we're home, so what do you think?
I'm
Was that
exhausted.
Was it worth doing?
No.
How much did we save?
£17 something.
Okay, babes, you have a nice day in school.
Hi.
We did save £17.
What have you been doing?
You'll
It's
have
a
to
long
watch the
story.
vlog.
When I've edited it, I'll send it to you. We actually saved £17 something, was that?
5, yeah.
But our biggest problem was we were going to get a lot more than that and stock up for over a month, 6 weeks, whatever. But they didn't have enough in stock. Maybe I should have thought of that. But yeah, they were waiting for the delivery, the guy told me so.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think
so
he just couldn't be bothered going to get it in the warehouse.
no, he went and had a
Didn't
look.
realise that
He went and had a look.
what
in
we
the warehouse.
went through to get there.
And now listen, he went and had a look in the warehouse. Don't be dissing that guy, alright? He might watch this. So I definitely would do it if I knew there was plenty of stock. Having to stop to charge on the way back was a bit annoying, but that was mainly because we went the wrong way. I
You
think
went the wrong way.
we would have done it.
You.
No. I might have steered the wrong way, but she was, directing me the wrong way. So yes, I would do it again, definitely, because I will not be dictated to by the Welsh government. They're just idiots, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. They
they-
are. No, they're
They're
idiots.
telling you to go all those miles. They're still dictating you, aren't they?
No.
Controlling you.
No, they're not
'Cause
telling me to
making
do that.
you go all
No,
the
they
way
wouldn't
to
want me to do that.
England.
Nah, we're going to end up getting into a fight now. I can see this.
This romantic
Listen.
trip turned into a bus stop.
Thankfully, we had free use of the electric van, and it didn't cost us anything. So, otherwise,
Get a nice
the fuel
comfortable
would have
drive.
taken up that. Yeah, it's great. Really nice. It is. It's really lovely to drive. So, guys, that's how you avoid the Welsh government's rise in alcohol. Just do that.
Right.
Easy as peas. I'm surprised no one else has thought of it. Guys, don't get lost or squashed. And we'll speak more soon. I'm going to have a beer now. I'm desperate.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Family vlog.